Man, do I miss seeing Big E on my TV screen? Wrestlers don't get enough credit for putting their bodies on the line for the fans' entertainment. It's not easy to take bumps on a weekly basis. Over the years, we have witnessed some of our favorite wrestlers call it quits because of an unfortunate injury. Let's make one thing clear. Injuries happen inside the squared circle. Getting injured by a reckless and unsafe worker is a whole different scenario. While this video isn't meant to target or wish ill towards a performer who is often accused of being unsafe inside the ring, the history of these few wrestlers, however, indicates that they have a pretty bad track record of putting their opponents on the shelves. So today, let's look at some wrestlers who are most likely to end someone's career, right here on JR Slobberknocker. Let's get right into it. Goldberg. Before you say anything, I am aware that Goldberg's last match happened in 2022 against Roman Reigns, and I don't blame anyone if they have forgotten about it. However, Goldberg is open to making his return for one more match, and if he does, I'm hoping it's against someone who would bring good old Bill to a halfway decent match. More than that, if Goldberg does have another match left in him, let's hope he doesn't wrestle recklessly, as his history is definitely not in his favor. I mean, Bret Hart would tell you all about it. While Goldberg is one of the biggest WCW stars ever and a fan favorite in his own right, Goldberg was far from a great in-ring performer. Known for his botches and unsafe executions, Goldberg was looked at as one of the worst performers to work with. It's no secret that Bret Hart's career came to an end when Goldberg delivered that stiff kick to Hart's head at 1999's Starrcade. To this day, Bret still hasn't stopped talking about Goldberg and how he was responsible for the end of Hart's career. This wasn't the only time Bill was unsafe in the ring. Goldberg and The Undertaker had one of the worst matches in history at 2019's Super Showdown. During the match, Bill executed a terrible jackhammer to The Undertaker, which saw Taker land right on his head. The Undertaker revealed later on that botched jackhammer almost killed him. Goldberg has even put himself into a predicament like this, as he gave himself a concussion when he hit his head on the mat after spearing Diamond Dallas Page at 1998's Halloween Havoc. Let's hope Bill protects his opponent and himself if he has another match in the future. Seth Rollins. I know this might get some heat, but let me explain. Seth Rollins has been one of the most consistent pro wrestlers of the past 10 years. He's easily a top 10 wrestler in the world right now. His catalog is full of excellent matches that can compete with any other performers. Yes, he's a safe worker, but there have been instances in the past where the visionary has landed himself in hot waters. Rollins has never intentionally harmed his opponents. He's one of the most giving performers in the world right now, and he'll make anyone look like $1 million inside the ring. However, there has been more than one occasion where Rollins inadvertently injured his opponents. At 2016 SummerSlam, Finn Balor and Rollins faced each other to determine the inaugural Universal Champion. While Balor won the match, Rollins delivered a powerbomb to Balor into the ring barrier, which dislocated Balor's shoulder. Balor's reign was cut short immediately. Things get worse when you look back a year. In 2015, Rollins faced John Cena in an episode of Raw, and during the match, Rollins delivered a flying knee that broke Cena's nose. In an interview with House Money Studios, Bret Hart didn't hesitate in calling Rollins an unsafe worker. You watch Seth Rollins, who they've pushed as this huge mega push. I watched him a few months ago, and you can watch it back on YouTube, but he knees John Cena in the face. Just knees him in the face so hard, so recklessly, so dangerously, you can easily kill somebody with a knee in the face like that. Then of course there's the turnbuckle powerbomb that Rollins delivered to Sting at 2015's Night of Champions that gave Sting a neck injury and got him to retire before returning to action in 2020. Just like I said, Seth has never intentionally harmed his opponents. He's a much safer worker now, but he still has to be careful with some of his moves, as they haven't always been kind to his opponents in the past. Let's hope Rollins doesn't become the reason for someone retiring from the sport we all love. Nia Jax. I think most of you guys were expecting Nia Jax to appear at some point in this video, and I don't blame you guys. It should be noted that Nia has improved by leaps and bounds ever since she returned in 2023. I'm going to go as far as to say that this has been the greatest run of Nia's career. She had a decent feud with Becky Lynch, and both women had a great match on the Day 1 edition of Raw this year. Nia went on to main event the Elimination Chamber PLE with Rhea Ripley and gave another great performance. She had a great showing in the Queen of the Ring tournament, and she even won the whole thing. Nia, however, was quite possibly the most reckless and unsafe performer in the entire company before her release in 2021. The list of superstars who got injured while competing with Nia is quite long. Who can forget the punch she delivered to Becky Lynch in 2018 that not only broke Becky's nose, but also gave her a concussion? Kairi Sane suffered a head injury after having a match against Jax in 2020. Bayley suffered a shoulder injury in 2017 after she had a match against Nia on Raw. Bayley even reminded Nia about this on the most recent episode of SmackDown. The list also includes Zelina Vega and Athena. Thankfully, Nia is a better performer now, and she needs to remain that way. If she goes back to being her old self, things might not end up well for her opponents. Brock Lesnar. Yes, for those wondering, I do believe that we haven't seen the last of Brock Lesnar in WWE. I do think he'll return at some point. Brock is one of the biggest WWE superstars in history, and he has been part of some of the most iconic feuds and moments. With the kind of seller he is, he can make anyone look strong inside the ring. Go ask Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns about it. Lesnar is one of the realest performers you'll ever come across. Whatever he does in the ring feels so real, and it almost feels like he's demolishing his opponent. While Lesnar has been a safe worker for the most part, many believe that Lesnar doesn't care who he's in the ring with, as he can become reckless at times. Brock has been known for throwing his opponents to the other side of the ring as if they were nothing. It's not easy taking multiple German suplexes from a guy like Lesnar, as you land right on your head every single time. While Lesnar hasn't injured someone, many have gone on to say that Lesnar can be tough to work with. The guy even got into a backstage altercation with Chris Jericho at 2016 SummerSlam. He even threw the Universal Championship at Vince McMahon backstage after WrestleMania 34. Lesnar almost knocked out Braun Strowman at 2018's Royal Rumble. If Lesnar returns to WWE, let's hope his opponent doesn't mess up, as Lesnar can make everything real in just a matter of a few seconds. So who do you guys think is the most unsafe pro wrestler in the industry right now? Let us know in the comments below, and you might also want to check out our other awesome videos on the channel. Make sure to subscribe to JR Slobberknocker for more.